for keeping me alive when I'm thirsty. I respect the oxygen for keeping me alive when I need to breathe, and I respect the sun for keeping this world sustained. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what I believe things come from, or what powers where the things come from. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not now. Okay. So what I'm saying is, because what Egyptian does is they take actual things and they attribute it in ways of how you would say gods or netters. It's really called netter, which is the word nature came from. You see what I'm saying? So it's everything natural. So yeah, the black woman is God due to the fact that we believe that the woman came before the man.
Question. Okay. So you say nature is natural, right? Mm-hmm. Again, I ask this question.
We'll put it here.
Is it natural that these people have us at the bottom? I keep asking this question. Is it natural? If we superior, again, how are we at the bottom under them?
Well, that wasn't the point towards.
I know, but I'm just saying, I'm asking because how I see
you asking him?
Yeah, I'm asking.
How are we what?
Why are we still at the bottom right now?
Are we at the bottom?
Why are we the scum of the earth? Right.
We're not the scum.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well,
that's
due
that's
to
a
the fact
term.
That's a term. That's due to the fact
I'm just
that
saying, society-wise, globally.
I'll answer the question. Well, there's two answers to that.
There's
two answers to that.
What he mean? Let me say something. What he means is that okay, when the cops see us, we ride down the street. Right now, we're the same. When they shoot us in the head, ride down the street, we still on the bottom. They still look at us the same. Y'all still going through the same thing we are, no matter if y'all Egyptian, worshiping Ma'at, whatever, we Israelite. But in this life, in this world, Edomites, and they asked you a question earlier, you said that people living here 35, 40 years, I'm going on 50 years old. But as soon as Elohim woke me up, even though I love guns, I love doing the stuff the Edomites gave me. I was rich over here doing all that 50 stuff, like Moses. But as soon as God called me, I dropped all that in the land of my enemies. And said, I don't want to do this no more. So Christmas, Easter, Halloween, Valentine, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I was in the world doing that. Same thing Moses was in the Egyptian world doing everything according to what they doing. I ain't hear never say he worshiped God, but he was over here, he was wise and everything over there. But once God called him, he dropped all that. Same way he dropped all them guns and everything else, same way I dropped all the stuff in the world in the Edomite, land of our enemy, where we're living right now. When we started serving him, we put up all the stuff that was in the world, according to the Edomites, what they gave us. No matter look like it was money, it'll get us some wealth. They gave us a lot of money. We didn't want that. We wanted him. Right now, I don't need nothing but this word.
I get you, and I don't want.
And that's spiritually speaking.
Yeah,
that's not like practically speaking.
Yes, it's practical. You realize you gotta take action to that now. It's spiritual, but you gotta be obedient to that.
So you no longer. I'm saying, but you no longer have a job.
You have to realize I have work to eat. The Bible said, "Man don't work, he don't eat." What I'm trying to say is they traditions, they holidays, they like going to their events, they eat their pork. Everything they give you for all this pleasure of life, I don't want it. Like the football, if they right now they say I sign a contract for $20 billion to play football, I say no. I swear.
I mean, actually,
what I'm trying to say that same thing he said that Moses dropped off everything and served Elohim. I said the same thing that we did according to this truth. Once we got this truth at the age of 40 years old, 50 years old, we dropped everything off that Edomites gave us.
Now I see right here.
According to that,
I see right here. Yeah, you have the 42 laws of Ma'at.
Yeah.
Now can you find the 10? Can you find the 10 commandments in there?
Not according to this.
Well,
they made something similar, but this is lifting up. This is a proud lifting up.
Do you understand that Moses?
That's not a command.
Hold on.
That's not amen. That's not a command
because we're not sheep. Now,
only
this is
slaves
what I'm saying.
need
Yeah, that's what I mean by that. We're not slaves, but this is what I'm saying.
We're not slaves.
No, not
in
not
the 42.
In
In the 42 laws of commandments. Hold on.
Every man in order of God, you need a command. You have to be Adam was don't slave. Well, we'll slave him, yeah. According to being him, yeah, we slaves to him.
In the 42.
And you don't put it that way, now I'm a slave to him.
In the 42.
That's the only way you can put it. That's the only way you can put it. There's no other way around that.
Yeah, well, I'm a slave to him. I'm not a slave to a man.
This is absolutely the point.
In the 42.
You know what, brother? You got a good point there, too.
My point was to say, well, if we believe in the book, we have to find out where the book comes from. I'm just trying to say, well, okay.
Well, this is my information. I hear what you're saying. I want you to get your point across. I want you to get your point across. How is this going to help me stop killing people? Not saying I have killed somebody, but say if I was still out there, how is any of this stuff that y'all believe in from our ancestors, how is that going to stop me? How is it going to help you?
I can tell you.
Then tell you. Now I'm asking this question because
okay, tell him. Know this now. You got to use this to help us.
I have not slain people.
I'm going to use that in order to answer that particular question. because this is what we're dealing with now. You know what I'm saying? We can, like you said, you know what I'm saying, this is not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, we can argue and fuss about historical evidence and things of that nature. He can bring his books, which we have, you know what I'm saying, that's going by Egyptian. Right. You know what I'm saying, teaching. You know what I'm saying? We know about the Mesopotamian teaching and so on and so forth. We know about the other kind of other cultures teaching as well. Hinduism and all the other kinds of. We know about all the other cultures. We know about that stuff. So what you're saying now, how do we bring this forward, and how is it going to be able to edify us to become better than we was previously? Right? This is what you say. So this is what we say, that once an African knows his true history, he becomes the image of God. Now, he becomes the image of God because now he knows who he is.
What God though?
Once he got, listen, he is, listen, you are. You, no, you are.
You are. No, I'm not. No.
I'm not saying that. I know you don't think you are. I understand that part. I'm not trying to get you.
Lose our identity. I'm not. Who are we before? Who do y'all believe that we are? Can you show me exactly who we are?
Who you are?
And when did we lose who we were?
Listen now, okay.
I need to understand. Okay, now this way, and I'm being honest now. Okay. I need to know this stuff because
in the 1600s. Now in the 1600s.
But can you show me this?
Now you have to read other. See, this is what I do. Now, see, I read all literature. I don't read just one book. I read all literature.
And I do too, because the king searches out the matter. So now this is.
So what I'm saying, what I'm saying is that when we were brought out from our culture, whether you say we were sold, whether we were kidnapped, whatever words you want to use, when we was brought outside of our culture and put into a new culture, the first thing that is demanded of the conquerors is to remove all names.
I'm just asking, what culture did we come from?
You came from an African culture. See, this is the wonderful thing about this.
What African culture?
Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you where you come from. This is what I'm saying to you. In the African culture, they never mandated that everybody practice the same thing. Each culture had the right to believe what they wanted to believe. But one thing that was always adamant through all the African people was this: that you were self-righteous, that you was righteous, that you treated everybody fairly, and that you came in peace. As long as you done that, you could believe whatever God you want to believe. Because we understood that, listen, if you treat a man fair, his God doesn't matter. What matter is how you treat him. See, when we came over in this particular diaspora,
I hear what you're saying, but nobody's following that because there have been bloodshed and war constantly throughout that continent.
Well, because there's going to always be
that's right. That's right. Now, you don't get that type of bloodshed that you're talking about until the invaders come. Now, if you do not understand timelines in history, meaning that, listen, Africa was invaded by numbers of people. Austria, Persian, Greek, Roman, European. All of those different types of people, of nations of people, came to Africa. You know what I'm saying? And they had invading. Now, we understand that each invader, if he cannot hold his spot, he is conquered by the other. So when you're conquered by the other, you take on the conqueror's idea. Now, we know that there were many slaves in the Atlantic slave trade that fought against this particular teaching, and they lost their lives before it. But at some point in time, if you begin to threaten and murder children, people will give into, even if they don't believe it, they will give into it if they think it will bring them safety. And this is what happened to us as African people. We thought that if we embrace the white man God, this Bible, that it will bring us safety and that it will bring us peace in the physical. Because the vast majority of the Africans, they still practice their own history religion. That's why the slave masters told them, hey, listen, if we catch the slaves, practice what they call now voodoo, they dealt with them because they knew that our true heritage and culture brought us power. So to answer your question previously, how does it help us now as black men? When we can identify ourselves by ourselves, That's why in First John chapter 5, Jesus say, listen, I bear witness of myself. He doesn't need anything externally to bear witness to him, because he say me and the Father are one, and we both bear witness of our.
Together, say with two men,
listen, but they're the same thing. See, they're the same thing. So what we're saying is that when Jesus,
according to the word,
that's what I'm giving you. Because I know if you read that book, you know I'm telling you the truth.
According to the word, though.
That's what I'm. That's the reason. That's why when I teach, I use what I know you already know. You know what I'm saying? It does not make no sense for me to try to give you books that I know you have not read, because it does not help you. Because this is what we're saying. Because when we bring information like this, and you guys have not studied it, you know what I'm saying, to a degree. And the only thing that you are actually commanded to study is this. Because we know that, you know what I'm saying, within the, whether it's Christianity or Judah or Allah, whatever religion it is, all of the followers, all of them are commanded. Now, you guys don't do it, but you're commanded not to look outside of this information. Because if you look outside this information...
It's Christianity, brother. We not in Christianity. Christianity tells you to stick just to the 66 books. As an Israelite, no, you have to search for the light in different books. I have no problem looking into this to see if some light exists in this book.
See all these books right here?
My problem is
my books. These are books, all this stuff that I read. All this stuff I read, man. I got more books. I got a library at my house. All these books, man, I read. All this stuff. Just say about the slavery, all that there. Books right here. I got these.
But like you said, how do we help? How do we come better? Because like you said before, this ain't helping us.
It's not. Listen,
it's not, bro. See, as black people,
I wanted to get into it.
when we get to the point, when you what's your name again?
I'm James, bro.
James. Listen, when James is able to identify with himself without any external information to bring him to a conclusion that he is a great person, not that you're a sinner. Now,
no.
Not that you're a sinner, because I think if you are Hebrew Israelite and you don't do that you're not a sinner.
I hear what you're saying, brother. But listen,
transgressing His law.
There's a lot of where I came from. There's a lot of brothers like me. Nobody's out there trying to wake them up. Nobody's trying to help them. They stand on the corners. Nobody's doing nothing about them.
And that's what they're telling about
except
them.
we looking at them. Man, I hope you don't come steal my stuff. Man, I'm gonna go kill that brother. Nobody's doing nothing. This is
well, that's not. I mean, we have a hard time sometimes when we make blanket statements. Now, when we make blanket statements, meaning that no one, you may not see no one doing it the way that you do it. Now, you may not see nobody doing it the way that you do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not true. Because I've been a barber for 15 years. Listen, I'm in touch with the young brother all the time. So I do not introduce them to slavery. I introduce them to freedom, meaning that you need to become a self-thinker. You need to become elevated in your understanding of who you are. That you have the right, as you want to, even if you want to say the God-given right, to make decisions and then be responsible for the decisions that you make. You do not shift blame. Religion allows people to shift blame, because when you say, or your brother here says, that the world is in the chaos that is in because of the lack of understanding of what Jehovah has commanded them. If that is the case, then that also includes the people that's on top of you. Because if you're saying that you are at the bottom of it, that means there must be someone that's above you. And if the Edomites, which is really your brother, but we're not going to get in there. But if the Edomites is the white man, and the white man is on top of you, and this God that created the world is at a perspective, because he can see everything now. This is one thing about this God in the Bible. He has a perspective where he can see the whole world, the top and the bottom at the same time. This is a great thing. So what we're saying is that if he has that type of perspective, that means that he understands what these crackers are doing. And he's allowing them to do it. So you cannot, that's what I'm saying. See, you cannot complain about being at the bottom. Because this God is allowing it. So that you cannot complain about you being at the bottom.
That's the thing. We're not complaining. I'm asking a question. And I want y'all to understand Why are we at the bottom? I ask these questions
because of religion.
But nobody's following the Bible the way it's supposed to be followed.
I think
that's the reason why we're at the bottom, because of religion. That's why we're at the bottom.
No, ain't no religion.
I'll answer the question.
Transgression law.
But you talking about the Bible.
We are going.
So you are. That's why you at the bottom.
Yeah, transgressing his law.
I'm saying, but that's the reason why you at the bottom is because of the Bible.
I'm just speaking. Yeah, transgressing law.
That's what I'm saying, because that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? All the thing you do is that this is the book of law.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, this is the book of law, right?
Right. If you break
now, when did the book of law change? The book of law changed when what? Jesus came in. The New Testament.
Well, you know, it was fulfilled and it was added. It didn't change. We still on the law.
But you don't offer, sacrifice of animals.
That's ceremonial law. Yeah, that was done with ceremonial, but the commandments still, we still stand. He done with ceremonial law. He was the atonement. He was that lamb. He was that goat. No more blood sacrifice. That was ceremonial. You got 3 laws in the Bible.
So that never really happened.
It did happen. What I'm trying to say is that it was civil law, moral law, and it was 3 laws in the Bible. Jesus did away with the ceremonial law. That was the only one he did away with ceremonial sacrifice and circumcision. The commandments still stand today. He said in Matthew 5:17, don't think that I came. He said, don't think I came to condemn the law and the prophets, I came to fulfill. Not one jot, not one tittle be added to for the law and the prophets, all be fulfilled. He said, heaven every path, but one of the least commandments done away with. The commandments still today. We still up under the law.
Before you are under
the law.
That's right.
Okay. Before you get to Jesus, there has to be an Adam and Eve. And my whole point is,
before you get to Jesus was before Adam and Eve. I mean, you want to put a righteousness.
I mean, technically.
I know what you're saying, Chris.
Why you need. But what I'm saying is, I get it. You need Jesus, but you need Jesus because of what Adam and Eve did. True or false?
Yeah.
So, this is what I want to
say.
If I'm going to put my faith into the book, I have to know the authorship of the book. I don't want to just say, well, the book says that Moses wrote it.
Well, let me read this real quick so you don't break that down. I'm going to read this real quick. How God said that y'all came over Egyptian. And Isaiah 19, we just got to go to Deuteronomy. Isaiah 19 and 20. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is a curse. It says, you want to get it, brother?
Yeah.
Isaiah 21. No, Isaiah 21. I just want to read how y'all got up here with us. Because y'all disobeyed them too. So you read this all over, tell you about it.
I taught that too at one time too, but
it's in here all over.
I understand.
I go by what this say. I'll stick to this, what this say.
I understand. And believe me, brother, when you say that, listen, I respect your position.
Well, ain't no other document tell you this. How y'all got over here. But the Bible, name another document telling how y'all came over here with us.
Well, I got a book I read now by Andrew Baptist called the Migration of the Slaves.
Well, I mean,
that's the book tells you how you got over here too.
Well, bring it to
it has the names of the slave ships that you were on.
We have to bring it to the table, brother. I'm bringing the King James Version. I'm bringing this to the table. When you got stuff like that, bring it to the table.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But I mean, I don't know how y'all deny slave ships though.
How
you do that?
What's your stance on that?
Well, I just want to read this real quick, and I'm gonna let you finish what you're doing. Isaiah 20:21. It said, "In year of Tartan, King Ashdod, when Sargon and the Assyrians, him that fought against Ashdod and took it. And the same time spoke the Lord by Isaiah the son of Amos, saying, Go and loose the cycles from off thy lions, and put off thy shoes off thy foot. And he did so, walking naked barefoot. And the Lord said, like as my servant Isaiah hath walked naked and barefoot 3 years, for a sign and a wonder upon Egypt and upon Ethiopia, so shall the king of Assyria lead away the Egyptian prisoners, Ethiopian captives, and the young and the old naked and barefoot, even with their buttocks uncovered, to the shame of Egypt. And they shall be afraid in the shame of the Ethiopian and their expectations of Egypt and their glory. And the habitation of this isles shall say, in that day, behold, such is our expectation, whether we flee for help to be delivered from the king Israel, and how shall we escape? It show you right here also that y'all went into slavery, y'all went into captivity too, butt naked. So when we came over here butt naked on slave ship, there's more scriptures I got that I can read out of this book, how you guys get over here. What I'm trying to say, you can show me any landmark according to the books you have, how you get over here. This book prophesied about everybody coming over here, whether you so-called yourself an African, Ethiopian, whoever. That's how we came over here on slave ship. We did not walk over here. We did not travel over here. We did not go on a vacation to come over here. We were brought over here by the Edomites, Adum and Esau, which is white people.
Some of us were brought over here.
No, all of us were brought over here.
There were black people here.
The ones that came over here, according to these curses, for being disobedient. That's right. That's how we got. That's how I explain how you get over here.
All right.
So this is an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Because if the indigenous people that was already here before we called America nowadays, because we dealing with words really.
Okay. Well,
now
we're dealing with the Bible.
Now when you're dealing with words, if you're dealing with the Bible, you're dealing with words.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
say Bible.
Yeah.
You say Bible. You say words. I say the Bible.
Well, the Bible is words.
Okay,
I'm just saying that's why they call it a book.
No, go ahead, break it out.
But I'm saying, so if the indigenous people were already here,
Bible tell you about that.
I'm gonna say that if the indigenous people were already here,
Bible tell you that.
they cannot be cursed.
Bible tell you that.
I'm saying, but if they was already here, they can't be cursed. Because the ones that you talk about in the Bible, they're coming out of Africa to here.
Why they can't be cursed? Do you know?
Because they was already here.
You gotta realize again, God don't talk to the Israelites. Everybody else, if you wasn't in the 12 tribes, you was a heathen, you was a hypocrite. All he sent us out to go destroy nations and people to take their land because they was like spirit to him. They were like animals to him.
Okay, so
what I'm saying
don't
is
have a land that you really come from.
The earth was created for the Israelites. The whole earth was created for our sake.
There was no such thing
Bible
as
said,
the
Bible said.
beginning.
Okay, let me.
Even Abraham had to get his name changed before he was
Why
accepted.
do these people get killed?
Let me get this out real quick. I think what we're doing, because we're even falling into the trap of arguing what the Bible say. And I said I wanted to close it. You see what I'm saying?
You're right.
Brothers, like I said, brothers, I'm going to let you get your point out. Again, at the end of this, we have gotten absolutely nowhere, and we are still under their roof.
Yeah.
But
no matter how
it's not going to change.
This is what I'm saying.
It's not going to change.
But
that's what I'm saying.
It's not going to change.
We're not getting nowhere. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand.
Our standpoint on that is, I'm sorry. Our standpoint on that is, when you say that, it's because we don't think that we're following the right thing.
Right.
So when you ask the question, why aren't we going anywhere? It's because we're still under the commandments and the laws, not the commandments and the law. We're under the what's the word? The impression that this book is giving us strength.
No, I
understand. I understand y'all. I understand what I'm saying is from where we at.
Not free.
From where we at.
Yes, I am.
You see what I'm saying? We don't find that this is
I know there's hope in the spirit. Not in the flesh, but the body gonna die.
To progress,
but the spirit not.
People.
I can live
Is there a difference between the soul and the
answer to the
spirit?
question.
Soul and spirit.
Now, on y'all's
There's a
standpoint,
difference between the soul and the spirit.
well, from what the book said, from what he said,
but he
book
can't
says
give you
that
everlasting
it
life.
prophesies.
I'm saying, is there a difference between the two?
And that would be your question.
Yes.
Answer to the question as
Yes.
God ordained it.
Okay.
You can't feel your
That's the way
spirit.
And two with that.
But
That's
your soul gonna be
people
justified,
that's
gonna be
not
judged.
following it. They have put this to the side.
Right, without the spirit, the soul is
like,
dead.
why haven't they come
So that's what
together
that's the difference.
without that now?
Because we still because then we still fight the burden of the nigga versus the Negro.
Shouldn't that be out of the way? Like what he said, you know?
Well, no, because we don't have
you elevate yourself, right?
Well, remember,
And that's what it is.
We've only been out of
It's an
slavery.
individual
Hold on,
thing.
one
That's
second.
what I'm saying. People have put that to the side. They have put that over there. They no longer believe in God, but why are they still at the bottom?
Because their mindset. Remember,
But you said they can elevate themselves because they're no longer shackled to that, right?
They're not. Well, they don't believe in the book because of the fact that the God that they're looking for hasn't came. So some people say, well, this ain't real, and they don't have no guidance because we weren't taught anything about Egypt until you open the Bible.
But
not even in
failed
schools.
too, correct?
Well, because of the fact, due to the fact of chaos. You see,
but
people
why
are
was it
still
chaos
going
if
to
everybody?
wars.
Why didn't they come together? They didn't have that,
Well,
so they should have came together.
At the same time, we can go. What I'm saying is, if we look in this book right here,
let him bring what he got. So we would.
Okay.
I want you to bring out. I want to hear.
So my point. That's all good because I only need like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Now, what I want to do is I want to show the authorship and where it came from. So the Bible says that if we go back to Exodus, that they built a city of Ramesses, right? Correct. Now, before we go on, this is the time. You know how the timelines work. You know that when you get into the BC era, the times go up. So the more the number is, the earlier it is. The higher, the less the number is, the later it is. So it's closer to us. So how the cracker has our calendar going is BC, which really is before the common era. See, they took out the E when the Romans came in, but it's really BCE, before the common era, not before Christ. And not after death, like you think AD means, even though it does mean in the year of our Lord in Latin. But we can tell that that's the Romans, and that's what they took over. So, but if we look at the timeline, we can see that 3100 BC is before 300 BC. You see what I'm saying? So it's not counting 1, 2, 3, 4. It's counting 4, 3, 2, 1. Or 4 would be earlier than 1. You see what I'm saying? So this is the timeline, my makeshift timeline. Now, let's go to where the Bible says that. Now a new king, Exodus 1:8. Now a new king there rose up over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more mightier than we. Come, let us deal with them wisely, and lest they multiply, and it come to pass that they were falleth out of war, they join us unto our enemies, and they fight against us. So get them up out of the land. Therefore they set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses. Pithom is the house of, and Ramesses is the actual Pharaoh. Now, in the book of Pharaohs, we find Ramesses. There is no Ramesses until Ramesses II.
Who wrote the book of Pharaohs?
Peter Clayton.
Who's Peter Clayton?
I don't know.
I'm not trying to be funny, but who's Peter Clayton?
Yeah, who's Peter Clayton?
That's a white man.
Now hold on. Now I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna show you that. It's okay. I get you because y'all have to believe that King James is black, right or wrong.
Well, he's black.
Exactly.
He's black.
But if I told you he was white, then the book would be invalid, would it?
No, listen.
I'm gonna tell you like this. It wouldn't matter if he was gay or white. All I know is that we add up to all this stuff that's in this book.
Okay, now I'm gonna. So
absolutely.
The question, you just want to know if he was white or black.
We know
he could be. He could be black. He could be white. I'm sorry.
He's black.
I'm not sure if Peter Clayton was white or black.
But I know. I know he's black.
I gotta see the research.
You can't.
Well, the literature was given to you by Edomites. I do me. So all that stuff given to you.
I'm gonna
put you in
Let's give it him.
I'm saying that was given to you by the Edomites.
No, it wasn't.
Just like
his words were not. These are his words.
Y'all putting y'all faith.
These are his words. These are not.
Okay, here we go.
That's their words.
You see this right? Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
That's a difference.
You see this picture right here? It's actually in Egypt. You can go there and find it. This is a king's list. Now, every king up until Ramesses is on this list because that's Ramesses right there showing his son the king's list and all the kings that came before him. So now we can this is black people.
But how can you prove that?
You probably got to go there.
I understand that, but how do we know they didn't put that there? Because they have painted over a lot of hieroglyphics.
This is not painting over anything.
I'm just using that as an example.
But why would they make them black? It would make sense to make them white. And if you're going to whitewash it and make it about them, it will only make sense for them to whitewash.
So now you're asking me, hold on. Now you're asking me, how can I
prove?
Yeah. Now you're asking me, how can I prove my words because all the stuff has been tampered with, right? Well, as a matter of fact, we can go there and see it for ourselves. It's not hard to go there and see this wall.
But you still ask the question: what's the name of the guy? Who was that person?
This guy. Hold on. This guy that wrote the book. This is the guy that wrote the book.
I mean, I can put a book together
white.
like that,
and I can make a holy book, and 1,000 years later, it can be worshipped. It can be worshipped.
Like you said, what is
I don't want to get off subject.
All we need is followers.
You can criticize. Yeah, all you need is followers.
You can criticize.
Hold on. You can criticize. You can criticize.
That's the only reason you do it because you're a follower.
Hold on.
What he said,
bro. You can criticize the scholarship after, right? I'm just giving you what I've acquired. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why I believe is because this is the king's list. This is not something that a white man created. We can go to Egypt and go find this. It's not hard to get.
Go find that book.
Now hold on. But listen, this is a king's list. You understand what I'm saying? So this is how they documented who the kings were, and we can go to the pyramids and match up the names with what pyramid they were born in, and then you can see the story left behind. Now, if the Bible says that there is a Ramesses, right? Because there is a Ramesses in the Bible, correct? It said they built Ramesses. Who was Ramesses? Ramesses II. There is no city of Ramesses until you get Ramesses II. Now here it says.
You can get something out of the bubble machine.
Oh yeah,
like I said, I'm not
bubble machine.
Now you heard what he just said. Facebook, right? He just said we can get this up out the bubblegum machine.
I'm not trying to be condescending.
I get you.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Put a pin in it and fall up.
Egypt was conquered, right?
Y'all are not missing.
No, I'm not. No, I'm following everything that you're saying.
Egypt was conquered.
So by the conqueror, they're going to, and it's like y'all said, they're going to write history the way they want. Again, this book was not written by our people. It was written by them. Again, they have translated and transliterated this. Satan's children have touched everything. Again, brothers, we are getting nowhere.
Well, this is the point.
Yeah, I keep agreeing with you too.
You have to understand. And I get you.
And you're right.
What it is you don't really.
What my brother's asking for, what I'm asking for, this tell you about why we're in slavery, what are we going through,
and
why Esau doing what they're doing.
I get
this
you.
That,
but can we validate the God that you serve?
Right, he told you that's right. According to the Bible,
you can't validate. No,
yes, you can.
This is what I'm saying.
How can you validate this?
Rich,
if I can't validate my God according to these scriptures, you cannot validate nothing with this book right here.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
If you go to Egypt,
Rich, you have to understand.
The pyramids exist.
This it exists.
Rich, you got to understand what I'm saying.
This it exists. Yes, it do.
Rich, listen to me, Rich, listen to me. That's right. What I'm saying is, if I want to listen,
no, I said
if I didn't know anything, hold on. If I didn't know anything about the Bible, right? How could the God of the Bible be proven to me?
Brother, let me tell you something. When you reject him, he reject you. So you gonna look at the same book and you gonna
reject. If I'm a person that never knew who God was,
he said you gonna. As long as you reject this, he gonna reject you.
If I'm a person who knew who God was,
you gonna reject for rejecting this, brother. He gonna reject you. You'll never believe this. He turned over to the reprobated mind.
I get it, Rich. Now listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it that Moses went up? Because this, regardless of whom or what, the commandments exist. Okay, you say it was written by whoever. Okay, we'll say that. Now listen. The commandments exist. Our people wrote this. You understand what I'm saying? So there is, I have not robbed, I have not stolen, I have not slain people, I have not told lies. You understand what I'm saying? This is powerful to the person. Because when I wake up every day, I can recite this and say, well, I have not done it. If I have done it in the past, I have to change my actions. I can't be divine if I'm not following these laws. It's about divinity. You're not born in sin.
You're saying that's not a command, right? Those I have not, as in I have not. I mean, that's a command.
It's declarations of innocence.
Oh, but
because the sin exists, don't it? Regardless of hold on. If regardless of whom or what, if you never killed a man in life, is it possible to kill a man? The sin still exists, regardless if it was a commandment or not. You know that you haven't killed a man. So it's a declaration of innocence to say, I have not killed a man. Exactly. And that's what we do.
That's a proud boost. That's the devil. Satan lifts yourself up. Proud boost.
And that's why we can't get anywhere, because we have to degrade ourselves.
So you have to see yourself as subservient all the time.
As a wench, you have to see yourself as a sheep.
That's a question I'm asking.
Not a leader.
What are you asking?
I'm asking. So you have to see yourself as subservient in that book. So I'm asking.
So
I'm saying you have to see yourself as always a servant, or you're below. You're not capable. You said don't boost yourself up.
Don't be real proud boost. I cannot boost myself up. I gotta be obedient to the commandments. I don't never proud boost myself up. Say I don't do this and I don't that. I don't this. He don't like that.
Here go the facts.
You just go obedient. You have to be obedient to the commandments.
Here go the facts right here. If Moses lived in Egypt,
proud boosting. I mean, you proud like you say. I know. I look good. I know I look good. I just you're proud boosting yourself. Everybody don't think you look good. It's not whatever. He hated proud boosting, so I'm not gonna boost myself up.
When did they create the word self-esteem?
We're probably gonna get off subject with that one right there.
Oh, okay.
If Moses